Okay, let's unpack this. You know how we often talk about the limitations of solar energy, especially when the sun isn't exactly cooperating? Well, what if I told you that rain, usually the Achilles heel of solar panels, could actually help them generate more power? Today, we're taking a deep dive into a truly surprising innovation, rain-powered solar panels. And we're going to explore why a place like Midwest City, Oklahoma, with its famously unpredictable weather patterns, presents a particularly interesting case study for this emerging technology.
It's fascinating stuff. What's truly compelling here is how this technology transforms a traditional challenge into a genuine opportunity. At the heart of it are triboelectric nanogenerators, or TNs, that's T-E-N-G. It's a breakthrough pioneered by Chinese researchers from Soochow University. Essentially, they've developed this transparent nanomaterial layer. It sits right on top of your traditional solar panels, the photovoltaic ones. Now, when raindrops fall on this tang layer, the kinetic energy of the rain, well, through friction with the nanomaterial, it's directly converted into electrical energy.
Friction, so like static electricity.
Exactly, yeah. Think of it a bit like shuffling your feet on a carpet and then touching a doorknob, that little static shock. That's a form of triboelectricity. TNGs capture that same principle, but from falling raindrops to generate electricity.
Huh. So it means that what was once a major limitation for solar energy, cloudy or rainy weather, now becomes an additional source of power.
Precisely. It's not just mitigating the loss, it's adding a gain.
That's incredible. So rain isn't just not stopping the panels, it's actively contributing power. That really changes the whole equation for solar, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It transforms what was once seen as, well, a limiting factor into a genuine advantage. It pushes us closer to truly continuous solar generation.
Okay, so let's talk specifics for places like Midwest City. How significant is that reduction for traditional panels when it rains? And how dramatically does this Tang technology alter that equation? We know traditional solar operates at significantly reduced capacity in the rain.
You're right, it's a big deal. During light rain or just heavy overcast conditions, traditional panels might only produce, say, 10 to 25% of their rated power. And during heavy storms, it's often near zero, just nothing.
Wow.
But with TENS, that changes everything. They provide crucial additional generation. It means the system can potentially provide continuous power generation regardless of the weather, really. It's effectively a dual energy harvesting system.
A dual system, okay.
And for a place like Midwest City, which has both, abundant sunny days and significant periodic rainfall, particularly during its spring storm season, well, it's a genuine game changer for energy independence and grid resilience.
When you put it like that, it sounds like a massive stride forward.
Yeah.
To help our listener visualize this, what does this actually mean for, say, a residential system? Someone's house in Midwest City.
Okay, yeah, let's connect this to the bigger picture for someone listening. Consider a hypothetical 10-kilowatt residential solar system there. Traditionally, during a rainy spell, that system might only output around maybe 1 kilowatt from its solar panels, a big drop. But with a Tega layer integrated, that same system could potentially add an additional zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.7 kilowatts just from the rainfall itself.
So on top of the 1 kilowatt.
On top of whatever the solar panels are managing to produce in those conditions, yes. This isn't just a small bump. We estimate it could lead to something like a 5 to 8% increase in total annual energy production for the system.
5 to 8% annually. That's quite something.
And it's particularly valuable during Oklahoma's spring storm season, right? That's when traditional solar output typically dips, but energy demand can remain pretty high.
That extra boost sounds significant, especially when we start talking about the economics. What about the cost? Is it way more expensive for these rain-powered panels, and how does that affect the return on investment?
It's a really important question. And look, rain-powered solar is still an emerging technology, so we need to be clear about that. The estimated installation cost currently sits around, say, $3 to $4 per watt. That's compared to about $2 to $3 per watt for traditional solar.
So noticeably higher upfront.
Yes, there's an initial higher investment. However, the idea is that the upfront cost is offset, or at least mitigated, by the more consistent output throughout the year. Even on non-sunny days, you're getting something. This improved reliability could mean a faster return on investment because you're generating more power more often. It reduces your reliance on grid power or maybe the need for quite as much expensive battery storage during those cloudy periods.
Right, smoothing out the generation curve.
Exactly. And, as the technology matures and manufacturing scales up, we can definitely expect those costs to become even more competitive.
That makes sense. It's often the case with new tech.
hmm And zooming out a bit, this really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If we connect this to the bigger picture, it raises an important question for all of us, really. What does it actually mean for the future of renewable energy when potentially every weather condition, even rainfall, becomes an opportunity for power generation?